My name is Natalie Pacheco. I am 20 years old and I'm originally from Southern California. I moved to North Carolina at the end of July in 2018, though I had previously visited a few times. And in the past 8 months, my life has changed immensely. It's actually quite unbelievable to me. I moved to North Carolina because I got married. It was probably a shock to everyone that knew me because I didn't talk about it much, but I was ready to start my new life somewhere else. It's the polar opposite. I mean, you take a city girl who had everything at her disposal within a mile radius, and all of a sudden, places are closed on Sundays or nothing's open 24 hours, and it's a big culture shock. There's farmlands everywhere, everyone's saying y'all, and everyone's super nice. It's kind of creepy at first. There's no shortages of churches or southern accents, Carhartt wares, or pickup trucks. It's just a staple here in the South, this part of the country. And I mean, the scenery, it's to die for, literally. Just so much openness, so much green and blue. The colors are more vivid and it seems so picturesque. It's like time slows down and you're allowing yourself to enjoy it and find yourself as well. Feel alive, connected to nature. Out here, you can really think about your life and everything you want to be and where you see yourself. Life moves so slowly that you can find yourself doing these things, along with doing things in your backyard you never thought you could, like ripping out trees and raising chickens and having horses, something that isn't so common where I'm from. It's a different way of life for sure. It's more outdoorsy and hands on, a lot less technology, but more immersive, and it's rather nice. To loosely quote Dickens, those 10 months were both the best and worst 10 months of my life. I was introduced to snow, and it wasn't a pleasant introduction. We had snow for months. It seemed like there would never be an end to it. It definitely made for darker days at naps. We had a lot of physics, and that was literally the culminating low point for my life. But in the midst of all the struggles and all of the deficiencies and all of the terrible chow hall food, there was a lot of traveling and great company. And that's where I met some of the greatest friends that I have and still hold near and dear to my heart and miss every single day. There was beautiful views and there was moments of difficulty and there was a lot of tears and a lot of memes and a lot of laughs, but for now I'm just going to keep it kind of vague because I do want to get into more detail later. Right now I just want to remember all the good times and the fond memories I made and all the beautiful scenery I saw there in Rhode Island. I actually met him there in Rhode Island at possibly the lowest point in my life, although I didn't really notice that it was the lowest point in my life. He was there for his MOS school, and I was there for naps, of course, and we just kind of met by chance. Had any other factor been different, we may have never crossed paths again, because we did cross paths multiple times, all across the US, actually. It's a funny story for a later time. In my mind, I considered what we had going the forbidden romance because had I gotten caught, I would have been in serious trouble. But to me, it was worth it all. Without giving too much of it away, in the days leading up to the proposal, we just spent our time doing normal couple things we didn't get the privilege of doing in Rhode Island because of all the restrictions imposed upon us. It was so simple and easy, and I knew I wanted to be with him forever. It's really simple, you know. It's like a long distance relationship, but with your friends and your family. It's just a matter of communication. It's got to be two ways or it's not going to work. There has to be that constant back and forth, whether it's texting, Snapchatting, sending videos, pictures, letters, whatever it may be. It's that wanting to be connected with them, to share in your successes and your failures and your stories. And this project here, YouTube, is definitely a big way for me to feel more connected with them, to feel closer and present in their lives. I couldn't really conjure 3 words, and I'm not just going to pick out 2 random ones for the sake of this question. So I'm going to give you one, and that word would be unconventional. I try to steer away from what society wants us to do and follow, and I truly believe I'm the master of my faith and the captain of my soul. We'll see where this life will take me, but hopefully it's down the right path. You're welcome to follow me in this journey, and hopefully I find my other 2 descriptive words along the way. These days I find myself more in touch with nature, always working outside and learning to tend to animals and learning to become a good wife and homemaker and learning to enjoy that as well. There's so much beauty in learning new things, things that you never imagined you would have been doing, or at least I never would have imagined I'd be doing at such a young age, but I'm really excited to be doing all these things, to be able to create and build a life with my husband. I'm doing a lot of self-discovery as well, really trying to figure out who I am, what I stand for, what drives me, what fuels me, what I'm passionate about, what motivates me to get things done, and what I want to be in life. It's important for me to know who and what I want to be in order to be able to reach my goals and plan accordingly, and I'm so glad I'm doing this at such a young age. It's so easy for me to find joy in the most simple of things, whether it's a book or taking care of my doggies or seeing my husband come home from work. For me, it's truly the little things in life that just bring me absolute unfiltered joy. And I think that if I go through life living with this point of view, my life is so much better. Instead of trying to focus on all the negative things, on all the troubles of the day, I like to focus on what's good and what's great, whether the sun was shining or that nice person who opened the door for me coming out of the gas station. Whatever that moment may be, I truly like to live in it and let that fuel me, remind me of all the greatness there is in this world. There's so much of it, so many things. It's the way the flowers smell, as spring arrives, or the chorus playing your favorite song at church, or seeing a kid beam up because their parents bought them the toy they wanted at the flea market. It's the little things. What I value most in life is faith, family, friends, and freedom, in that order. If any one of those 4 F's is missing from my life, then I don't feel complete. I need God in my life. I need my support system that comes from my friends and my family. And I need that freedom to be who I am meant to be, who God intends me to be, to live my life intentionally. I think success isn't about the accolades, the titles, certificates, and diplomas. I mean, it is that, but it's also not. I think for me, success is something you can have every single day of your life. It's whether or not you're able to be comfortable with who you are, accomplish the little things, whether or not you're able to find yourself and be who you want to be. There's nothing saying you're more or less successful than the next person. I think it's all a mindset. If you believe you're successful, then you are. If you're doing what you want to do and you're content with yourself and you're accomplishing what you need to do, that's success. And you don't have to listen to anyone that tells you otherwise. People might say that what I'm doing here, that the life I'm choosing to live will lead me nowhere. And the thing is, if I believe them, then they'll be right. But I don't want to think like that. I want to work hard every day and make this path I chose my own success. Regrets, just like dwelling in the past, are such a big waste of time. Those are lessons. Those are difficulties and struggles and moments that you push through and you learn from. Those are things that I became a better person because of. I'm not going to go around regretting the past because if any one thing changes, I wouldn't be where I am today. I definitely believe that everything I've gone through has led me to this moment here in time, allowed me to create this life, and I'm so thankful for it, for all of it. I think to just put it simply, I see myself owning a couple little businesses in whatever small town my husband and I settle in, a diner, a bakery, a community garden. But mostly, I just want to see that little legacy that I built for my family, something I can pass on to my children and be proud of. And if I can accomplish just that, then I could want nothing more. My heart will be content.